This is First Contact, Stories of the Call Center.
What is your approach to training and coaching, and why do you feel it's important?
Well, I mean, if you think about the trends of the contact center, everybody keeps talking about the fact that we're going to offload more calls to. I mean, man, 40 years ago it was, we're going to offload calls to an IVR, and then we were going to do some sort of, we're going to do some sort of self-service, and then the internet was going to take them all on, and now we're in this bot, the bot world, right? And the reality is, I think the number's 30%. I saw an analysis report the other day that says they're going to go to 50% of the calls are going to get offloaded. And we've been stuck at 30% for a really long time. And so as a result of that, what ends up happening is that we keep offloading the simpler calls. But what that leaves is a more difficult call. And it's a more difficult call for two reasons. One, it's a more difficult call because back in the day, and that day was not that long ago, when you picked up the phone to call a company, there was almost 100% chance that the company knew more than you did, right? Because you had a problem and you needed an answer, and the only way you could get that answer was you'd call the company, and then the person on the other end of the phone knew more than you did, and they would help you through it. Well, today with self-service, you might have a problem that you've been working on for days or weeks or months, and you've done all this research, and the company's got self-help for you, and you've done all these things, and you can't figure out the answer. So now you pick up the phone and you call the company. Well, now the person that's calling knows a heck of a lot more about the problem than the person that's answering the phone. So you've got this uneven position in their ability to be able to answer it. And then who knows how much more frustrated they are. Forget the waiting on hold just the frustration they've gone through. So you've just got a much different delivery of the problem or of the challenge or what the issue is. And so, plus a lot more organizations today are using outsourcing versus doing it themselves. So there's a lot more outsourcing going on. So this ability to transfer the information from the company to the frontline person, and then with all the business changes that are occurring, the need for training and ongoing, consistent, repetitive training is just more critical than it's ever been. And I'm sure we're going to get to it, but let's just toss COVID on top of it. And now we've got people that are at home, so we've got even less opportunity to kind of get them together. So training's become mission critical, and so training is I deliver some sort of information to you, but the learning of that information comes through two components. One, it's the repetition and the reinforcement, which reinforcement of training or learning can not only occur in quizzes and tests, but it also occurs in coaching. It also occurs in engagement and gamification and gifts. And there's all sorts of different ways that I can reinforce this information. So training is mission critical. And then the coaching is whether your ratio on a frontline supervisor is 12 to 25 to I've seen 64. So I barely know who the person's name is. My ability to be able to coach a frontline supervisor who's already overwhelmed with all the work they need to do, I need to be able to use, because now my ability to coach you is restricted. Let's say you're at home. Now I can't sit across from you, watch your body language, do all the things I need to do. Now I'm either doing it on a Zoom or I'm trying to do it on a phone call. So I've got to not only be able to connect with you, encourage you, but also I've got to be able to coach you on the areas that are most important to you. So we're trying to make it easier for the frontline supervisor. As an example, if I need to coach you on empathy and I'm sending coaching to you on empathy, well, then I want to send to the supervisor something that explains, how do I coach somebody on empathy? How do I model empathy when I'm having my one-on-ones, I'm having my team meetings or my huddles, whatever it is. So there's this approach to how can I repetitively reinforce over and over and over again the skills and tools that each individual needs, because they're all different. Sally in the contact center may be struggling with empathy. Joe's working on professional etiquette, and Frida's working on listening skills. So every single one of them has a different issue that they're working on. So we have a tendency in a contact center to treat to say that we were inspired by the diversity, but we have a tendency to treat everybody the same way. And so we're designed to, our tool is designed to allow you to, work with freed-on listening skills, work on empathy, work on professional etiquette based on who the individual is and where they are, whether they're a rose, they're a daisy, or a weed.